Live now. That's audio check. What's up, Pepperoni?
We got a pepperoni in the house.
Sir.
When are we gonna have multiple pepperonis and not just a pepperoni?
That's, you know what?
Yeah, when's Sausage joining the party?
Sausage Party. Hell yeah. Great movie.
10 out of 10 animated film of the decade.
Oh yeah, well, did you watch the second one?
No.
Did you watch the short series?
No.
Fake
Guess you
fan.
didn't like it that much. Yeah, fake fan.
I am a fake fan of the pepperoni.
Alright. Fix this. Alright, let's do this. The sequel comes out soon. Trust, they said.
Believe.
Trust in the heart of the cards.
Boy, do I know it. Welcome to the Blue Reach Podcast, episode number 322. I'm Adrian. That's David. That's Kels. You guys are all looking a little dapper today.
Oh yeah, we have a nice little textured shirts.
Yeah.
I got a sweater on today, a sweater shirt.
I'm over
Yeah,
here with
today.
Nick Nocturne. Santa's coming to open up that pit.
Yeah, well, some of us have office jobs, Adrian.
Couldn't be me. Could not be me.
Technically not even me either.
Ooh.
Adrian and I are in the same sector now.
Just not the same room though.
No. You're not sequestered into a broom closet in the fucking kitchen.
Yeah, I don't
see,
have an apartment in California. You're right. Hey, Pepper in the chat says I've just started writing my reveal predictions for Game Awards. Might just make a bingo at this point. That'd be good.
Way to do it.
It's almost here. This is our video game podcast. We go live on youtube.com/@BlueRupees every Tuesday evening to talk about video games and whatever else we want to, because why not? With that said, gentlemen, what you guys been up to this week?
Been a fun fucking week, I'll tell you that.
Yeah?
I got a whole fucking crackpot thing to go down. So if Kels wants to go over his thing real quick, I will end it because I got a lot to cover.
Yeah, no, I just been chilling, man. Same shit, different day. Go for it.
Hell yeah. Nothing too crazy on my end. I did watch Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair on
Did
Sunday.
you watch the Fortnite cinematic too?
I did.
Perfect.
I'm very
Man.
conflicted on it, but I'm happy it happened. But I was like, damn, this is weird. I've never seen Kill Bill. Is that weird?
Fortnite cinematic?
Yeah. There was a Quentin Tarantino directed Fortnite cinematic of a lost chapter that got removed from the original print of the script.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it had a lot of Fortnite stuff obviously in it, but like it was very Tarantino. They even dropped some cursing in there. But yeah, no, I've never seen Kill Bill, which is interesting. So
okay, that's
yeah.
funny.
So I've never seen
So
it.
you jumped into the whole bloody affair.
Yeah, and that was the way to do it. I think like that was like,
Yeah.
I had a great time. That it was 4.5 hours, and it flew by like a fucking it flew by like a bullet, dude. It was not even it was not an issue. Like I had a really good time with it though. Like back to back, intermission in the middle. I got myself a pizza. I got myself spicy popcorn. I got myself a large drink, and I was just vibing, dude. I was just chilling. So I was really really into that. Fortnite cinematic was interesting, but
That's funny. I think it's dog shit, but that's just me. I don't know. A whole lot about this has made me really sour on Quentin Tarantino. And
is it because of all the comments lately?
That, and combined with all this epic shit, the man just made the bag, and now he's just talking shit, running his mouth.
That's fair.
That dude can legitimately go fuck himself at this point.
That's fair. I think that was very unfortunate timing that he spoke like that, because it was a little on the back of my head of like, bro, just shut up.
Yeah, no reason.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with a coworker about that, where he's just so classic Hollywood to a fault, like he's obsessed over big names, big stars, big this, big that. And I mean, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is his love letter to classic Hollywood cinema. So like to that I can respect it, but also it's like you're a little bit too much into it, dude. Like grow up. It's not that big of a deal. Why are you just randomly name dropping people like that? Just giving out strays for literally no reason is so weird to me. So bizarre.
Right. The man working with Epic and Fortnite has no room to be that pretentious.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I get that. Outside of that realm, I thought it was cute, but I 100% get that though. He's not my favorite director whatsoever, but
Well, that's the unfortunate thing. Like, he's up there for me. Like, I love like a lot of his films. Like, Inglorious Bastards and Pulp Fiction are probably in my top 10 if like I was forced to like name it off right now. So it kind of sucks to see that. Well, it's one of those things. Like, don't meet your heroes because a lot of times they're just gonna be fucking pieces of shit. And it's one of those things. Like, yeah, he is a piece of shit, but like even before this, he was kind of like an asshole. But just coming out and attacking people for no reason. It's like, all right, dude.
yeah. David, have you heard his comments?
Yeah, I haven't.
Kels, you'd have a better frame for what he was saying.
I mean, it was just like someone asked him like I forget what the framing of it was.
It
or
was a
what the
podcast,
question
and they
was
were
even.
talking about like his top movies, and he mentioned There Will Be Blood would have been like his
Oh, yeah.
top. Go
But he
ahead.
said Paul Dano ruined the movie. He said he's the worst actor ever,
Yeah.
or like he's like the weakest, like whiniest actor that he's ever seen, or some shit like that.
Yeah. He was just throwing out like he's like no one cares about, and then named like 3 actors, and it's like, bro,
Matthew Lillard and someone else too.
yeah. It's like, what the imagine waking up one morning, what the fuck did I do to you, dude? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, like the thing is, didn't Paul Dano win like a BAFTA or some shit for
Yeah,
There Will Be Blood?
yeah. He's just
He
again,
literally he played 2 roles in the movie.
he's just obsessed with it has to be a big name. It has to be a big name. Has to be a big name. And it's like, truth be told, no one gives a fuck anymore. Like, no one genuinely gives a shit. There's like Tom Cruise couldn't pull for Mission Impossible, the last one. You know, like no one really gives a fuck anymore. It's like, oh well.
Yeah, so specifically he said he's the weakest male actor in SAG.
Yeah, I did say that about Matthew Lillard. He said about Paul Dano, Matthew Lillard, and maybe like 1 or 2 other people.
Why are you throwing fucking strays at Matthew Lillard? Fuck off.
Right?
Yeah, it's like what the fuck? Like,
And he was at a
that's like
convention.
weird pull too, because like what has Matthew Lillard really been doing besides Five Nights at Freddy? It's not like he's been in like
Right.
Oscar nominated stuff.
Shaggy and
Like,
like everything modern Scooby Doo, and that's about it.
yeah, it's just a weird name to pull.
Right, and it's a bummer because he always, every time I see him like talk about, or people talk about him at conventions, how he's the sweetest guy. And he was at a convention. Someone asked, and he you could tell because he said both things. He's like, do I give a shit? No, but genuinely also like, it does kind of hurt because like, what the fuck, you know, like.
Yeah. The best part too is he said Austin Butler would have been better in There Will Be Blood. Austin Butler was 15 when that movie came out.
Be careful what you're saying, Tarantino. Watch your words. Yeah, no, I don't get it. It's I don't know. Well, I guess I do get it. He's just, that's his brain for that. He's so much on that Hollywood situation, you know. But whatever. Can't do anything about it. Just kind of annoying.
Yeah, a lot of it just puts me in the mind frame of like, okay, you're just not someone to take seriously. And that trickles down to his art too. It's one of those things like, all right, well, I just don't have to involve myself with what you're trying to do here.
Like, it's already bad enough that you were talking all shit, but like, also a Fortnite silly thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I would have taken it seriously if it was made in Roblox.
Exactly.
You know? But whatever.
Children yearn for the blocks.
Yeah, or Minecraft, you know? Why don't you play it? Why don't you do a real man's game, not Fortnite?
So what'd you think of the movies after watching them?
I had a great time.
Do you get the hype now?
Like, I had a great time. I can't say it was to be like, oh, this is the best film I've ever seen, but I had a really, really, really good time. Like, if you're asking me like a top 50 list, then yeah, I'll start like putting somewhere on there. I don't know where, but I don't know. I really fucked with all the performances. Uma Thurman is incredible. Like,
Oh yeah.
kills it literally. And somehow not been spoiled about literally anything about that movie. Like, I knew it was vaguely about a revenge thing, and that's about it. Knew nothing about it, so I was along for the ride. And yeah, no, I thought it was great. Again, 4.5 hours.
Yeah,
I was a little scared for it because it was like, I was like, all right, do I go on a night and just have my whole day? I was like, I don't know. And then the girlfriend actually likes Kill Bill, and she wanted to go, but she had to do she had to go to work. She's like, yeah, just go ahead, go for it. I was like, all right. I got like I dressed like a bum because I'm like I'm gonna be sitting here for 4.5 hours. I'm like, it sweats and like a comfortable sweater because I'm lounging, you know. And that was one of the ones. I'm like, yeah, I'm willing to put up some money for some theater food because I'm gonna be here for a while. Good times though. Great. We had a good sized crowd too. That and then there was like one guy like in the very front row that kind of had his phone on for like the very beginning and the very end. I was like, whatever, I don't really give a shit. But good crowd, very respectful. No one issue. I always hear that with people like, oh, the theater. I have the worst times. That I'm like, I've never really had that many bad times. I can count on one hand how many like bad experience I've had in theater.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm at too. And like it was just people talking. It was a situation where you just have to say, "Hey, shut the fuck up."
I
just
am
solve it.
someone that will, if it gets to a point, I will say something.
Oh, yeah.
So funny enough, like that, the students had a play, and there was a kid front and center who literally in the like middle of the first thing just had his phone, and then starts playing Call of Duty Mobile like this, and like I could see his game, and I'm like, all right, dude. So I intermission, I track the kid down. I'm like, hey, don't do that. Like it's so disrespectful, and try to give me some sass back for something. Like, and then I think they thought I was a random person because they from what I've heard they don't really go to the school. Thought I was some random person. And then a few of my own students were there like, hey, they start talking to me, and he's like, oh wait, no, that's a teacher. My bad. So yeah, fucking get off your phone, dude. Like holy shit. Speaking of on the drive here, I was watching a Moist Critical video, and apparently, I guess the guy that made, I guess it's the guy that owned ChatGPT or whatever, uses it to raise his kid, which is that's where we're at. He was like, I guess on Jimmy Fallon, he's like, yeah, I don't know, I just looked up like, we have this incredible technology. I'm just looking up like, why is my kid drop pizza on the floor and laugh? What the fuck? What are you talking about?
Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Moist Girl's like, yeah, dude, I'm 31. I'll get a pizza right now, drop it on the floor, I'll giggle. Like, what the fuck is this? It's so fucking weird, dude. I don't know, man. I don't try not to think too far ahead about it, but just that where AI is going, just like how people are using it, just so fucking weird to me. So bizarre to piggyback off the whole student asking ChatGPT for love advice. So weird. To go back to Kill Bill, everybody said I kind of get what people want in Volume 3. I think 2 movies is good enough for me. Might be tied with Pulp Fiction, is my favorite Tarantino film I watch. I could put up there with my Tarantino films. I really like Pulp Fiction a lot.
Pulp Fiction is just still like almost a perfect movie for me. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, I mean Tarantino doesn't really like miss, but he's not like my
Hateful Eight. I ain't like Hateful Eight at all.
I haven't seen Hateful Eight.
It was fine, but it wasn't great.
I watched Jackie Brown, Pulp Fiction, now Kill Bill. I feel I've watched Inglourious Basterds, but I didn't really like it because I watched it when as a teen. I was like, oh, I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
No, you gotta rewatch.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it someday. And then I really liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but that's because I'm obsessed over the Manson murders. Like I've read Helter Skelter and did all that stuff, so like it was cool to see all that side of it. So yeah, he has a great catalog, but Reservoir Dogs and Hateful Eight. Yep. Did he do 12 Years a Slave?
Nope.
Who did that one?
He did Django.
Django Unchained.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, something. I just know Samuel L. Jackson curses like a motherfucker in there, as he usually does.
Oh yeah. And Death Proof. Death Proof is
Death
pretty
Proof
good.
is something I want to watch too. But he can eat dick right now. Don't be rude. Don't attack our boy Matthew Lillard. That's messed up. He's just vibing.
Yeah, at one point he said that he was wanting to do a Star Trek movie. That would have been kind of interesting to see from his angle.
He put himself in a weird hole, right? Where he's like always said like, I'm only doing 10 films. And I kind of get that. Like I kind of get that. It's kind of it's cool and neat on paper. Like, all right, that means you have to make your 10 count. But you could tell he's having an internal struggle about this because he's like not really, because this last one, what was it, like about the reporter or something that his movie's on, this last one, and he's getting shelved or getting like reworked and stuff. I'm like, I think he's having an internal struggle of like, you put yourself in a hole. You're like, all right, this is your final one, make it count, I guess. But like, just, who the fuck cares? It's so arbitrary too, though.
Yeah, QT is the type of pretension that I don't like.
Yeah, that's totally fair. That's why I'm a David Lynch fan. He don't give a fuck. He giveth no fucks. I don't know if you guys go to Ruck and Fountain for clothes, or you ever see
What
the
did you call me?
Ruck and Fountain?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Ruck and Fountain.
Thought you were
It's
about
a
to
really
Sig
cool.
Hail after that.
It's a cool merch place that sells a lot of like it's like the very loud designs with like Japanese all over. That like the whole. It's very very loud, but a lot of it's horror themed. But they had their Black Friday this last week, and they had a bunch of stuff in their archive. They go up there, and I know they had a Lynch collection earlier this year, but I didn't know about them around then. So luckily, some of them went up there. All the Twin Peaks stuff sold out. The only thing that was there was this
How
like
do you even spell that? Google said that it's like not a thing.
RUCKINFOTTEN, I believe. They had like a denim Twin Peaks jacket that looked kind of cool, but I was like, it's kind of pricey and it's not Twin Peaks enough for me to invest into that. But they have some cool ass designs. I was able to lock in an Eraserhead shirt.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
because it's fucking right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Should have just said that, swap the letters. But yeah, I snagged a cool Eraserhead shirt and a Mad Max Fury Road shirt. So got two banger shirts right there, which is nice. Got myself some weapons shirts, so I'm excited for those to come in eventually. The weapons one is just what's his name's face, the guy that plays Wong. His face, you know, how his eyes are like bulging out in the grocery store.
Yeah.
His shirt is just literally just this big of a screenshot of a close up of his face, just like that. I'm like that's grotesque. I love it though. But yeah, that's about it. David, do you want to go off and explain this?
Yeah, so I have been spiraling this past week for some good shit. So what I have been fucking waiting for this to fucking happen for 17 fucking years. Half my life I have waited for this fucking album. And that is Proto Men Act 3, This City Made Us. For 17 years I have been waiting for this final fucking part for this story. So for those that are not familiar, Proto Men have primary albums that are basically a dystopian kind of fan fiction of the Mega Man universe, kind of set in like a very post-apocalyptic setting where Wily One took over the not necessarily the whole world, but just kind of took over a major megatropolis. And it is the journey of Light and Mega Man to try and stop Wily. The albums are equal parts very hopeful, but very cynical and depressing at the same time. And you know, we got the first album, like a couple years later we got the second album, and it's been 17 fucking years waiting for this goddamn last album. And they did some interesting shit that I feel like just the journey you will appreciate, Adrian, knowing you. So what they decided to do is, leading up to the release of the album, is like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna release a song or two a week. And then once all the songs for the album are out, we'll do a big wrap up party where we'll just kind of do a live stream. We'll listen to it all in one sitting together. And then we'll be shipping the albums out in January after our concert in MagFest. So it's like, all right, cool. So for the past month and a half, basically, they've been going ahead releasing a song or two every week. And it's been going amazing, absolute fucking banger tracks. Hold Back the Night, Calling Out, Hold On, The Distance Between, absolute phenomenal fucking bangers on this goddamn soundtrack. But what's fascinating is this has all been building up to a story where they've said for years that this is not going to be a happy ending. Like the story will not end in a happy way. But they've also given a lot of other hints along the way of like how this story is supposed to end. One of the things they did leading up to the release of the albums is they gave basically a set list of all of the names that were going to be on it, but it was just the first and last letter for everything that was going to be on the soundtrack. And the whole time, everyone's been kind of waiting for one song in particular, because leading up to this, 3 songs from the album had been released. They had released Hold Back the Night and This City Made Us. Those were songs that have been just out for a while that fans have been aware of, and then eventually they released The Fight, which they did live at one point, release The Fight. So it's like, okay, great. Fight very much was like, okay, that's probably going to be like either the midway point song or like the song it ends on. And we're getting through. We're down to last week, where last week what they did was like, hey, we're going to release the next to last song on Monday. The last song will be coming out Friday when we do the watch along. Perfect. Everyone's excited. So we go ahead, we get to that point, and we get a major confrontation in the story. Finally, it seems like a lot of things are going to be revealed, but we're like, hey, there's still a lot that hasn't been explored in the story yet, and we have one song left to go. Where are they going with this? And we get to the live watch along, and an interesting thing happens during the watch along. First of all, when we get to track 11, they suddenly say, all right, we're halfway through the album now. To which everyone's like, what do you mean we're halfway through the album? There's only 4 more songs left. And so that started getting
20-minute
a lot of people
songs, duh.
suspicious. And then we get to the final song, which interestingly isn't a song. It is a 3.5 long instrumental. And by instrumental, I mean it's a set piece song where it is just a lot of sound to listen to.
I think that is
and
music.
it ends with a character death. And it hard cuts right after the character death. And it's just like, all right, that's it. That's the end of the album. The fuck you mean that's the end of the album? You just killed off a major fucking plot character here, and then hard cut after you fucking killed them. What do you mean this is the end of the story? We didn't get like half of the things we were building up to. It just hard ends. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, we'll see you next time. Enjoy. And it's like, what the fuck? So everyone's been kind of going through and scrambling, because the interesting thing is we only have half the story of what's even going on.
So
Because with part of... You go ahead.
So it truly was half the album, though.
Well, we're not sure still. But we do know we still only have half the story, in the sense that the songs always have liner notes that kind of fill in the details of what's going on within the story, because it's kind of always presented as like a stage play or a rock opera, where there is still stage directions that go on with what's going on in the songs. So we already know outright that we still technically are missing half of the story in that sense.
Okay.
But they keep Protomen keep releasing like little hints here and there that this isn't actually the end of the album. This might be like a double album release. Because another thing they went ahead and did, aside from that comment, is like, all right, for MagFest, what we're doing is we're doing all 3 albums back to back. We're going to be doing live streams of the first 2 albums, but we're going to cut off all feeds, and we request no one records the third,
yeah, so for sure there's something.
And what's interesting is they've done a lot of weird shit in the past like this before. So when they were hyping up the first album, they actually released it partially as like an 8-bit album. And they were like, oh, we found like lost NES game music. And they were kind of using that to kind of hype it up and kind of build it. And then that ended up leading into what became the first act. And then for Act 2, they went ahead and did this weird thing where they released a recording of one of the songs in it and leaked it out like, oh man, that somehow got out there. We don't know how. Here's a proper version of it. And then they did a whole ARG that was building into the album's release. And eventually the ARG was never like 100% solved. But what they did end up finding is like a really jumbled song where like, oh man, we don't know what's going on with this, except for there's one word in it that's just said clearly. But what it ended up being is the whole fucking song that was released, it's like as part of that ARG, was every single song just played on top of each other. And they do a lot of other just kind of weird shit like this to kind of tease and taunt. And so it's like, all right, there's clearly at least like a couple more songs, because the other big key thing is the fight's nowhere to be found on this album. We already know that the fight is supposed to be a part of Act 3, and it was never part of the formally released songs for this soundtrack. So it's like, We have a whole nother song missing, and as part of their live shows, there's one other song that they've been doing that they haven't fully released yet that is also still not in this album release. So it's very clear that there is an extra few songs that are still to be released. And it sounds like from what's going to happen is they'll probably play them live at MagFest, and then that'll be the first experience everyone gets of the entire story. And then when everyone gets their albums physically in the mail in January, is when everyone else will be able to actually experience all of Act 3 proper.
Are you excited?
And I thought that was just kind of fucking neat. Because the idea initially of them ending with just a major character death and a hard cut, all right, that's the end of the album, sent the community fucking spiraling. Because I know you've talked a lot about that before, Adrian, how sometimes you kind of like the idea of a story not necessarily having a good ending like that, where it's like, well, life doesn't work out sometimes for you, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, Braveheart.
Sir, what are you doing finishing this fight? Except nothing. Ooh,
Yeah, that's
okay. So,
By the way, MagFest looks sick. I've never heard of that, but it looks really cool.
never heard of
it's
MagFest?
phenomenal.
Interesting. How long is this whole like story thing? Like the whole thing?
If you were to listen to all 3 albums as they are currently, back to back, it's probably like maybe 2 hours.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out eventually. Yeah, no, that's cool. I do like a story that just fucks off at some point, but like in a cool way. But I think, especially if you have fans that are willing to wait for that long, tease them for a bit, fuck around with them a little bit, like in a good way. That like, yeah, hey, you guys you didn't.
Yeah, again, I've been waiting for this album since I was 17 years old. A lot of shit's happened in fucking 17 years.
Yeah, right. Sound like a Tool album at that point. About to say, I think you guys beat Tool though. I think Tool was like 15 or 16 years if I recall correctly. No, not even that long actually. Was it? 2000
Fucking
Days
this
was like
album came out before Half-Life 3 did.
10,000 Days was 2006, I think. Hold up. He probably says sounds kind of like the Epic the Musical, where I believe only related songs to tell a story. Interesting.
Yeah, no, absolutely highly recommend. If you're someone that enjoys kind of like a rock opera kind of concept, like if you've ever seen like Repo the Genetic Opera or something like that, very much kind of in tone with something like that. Absolutely fantastic storytelling. It's unfortunate they catch a lot of shit from Capcom, and that's part of the reason they've had a lot of issues over the years, which kind of makes sense. I get it, but
Capcom was
absolutely
smart. I mean,
phenomenal.
it's a Japanese company, so they're going to be very traditional in the way they're doing things. But like, I can promise you, if it was like using other properties, like more Western based, a smart company would have just been like, yeah, let's run with this. Let's make this something. Like, why not? Yeah, Tool had a 13-year break in between albums. Crazy waits, dude. I think what was it? Smash Ultimate is 8 years old now.
God damn,
It's crazy,
you
dude.
smashed when?
Honestly, I was
Game
playing
Awards, it's coming.
against a fucking hero.
That's what
for
the
a while.
statue's for.
They just found out what the statue's for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. So careful if you're trying to avoid spoilers.
Which
out there.
I'm very hype.
Yeah,
because
it's cool. I'm glad it wasn't some free to play.
game it's a
Gotcha.
sequel to is like legitimately one of my favorite games. Of
I
all
need to
time.
play that game eventually.
Yeah, the fuck you do.
I mean, I have it on Switch, so why not? Maybe. You know?
Physical?
Hell yeah.
Damn it! I need a cop one.
Yeah, dude. I saw that. I wanted it, and then I saw it was getting hard to find. So I just pulled. I was gonna like wait for a sale at Best Buy. I was like, no, I'm just gonna pull the bullet at full price, and smart move.
Very smart move. Stongs.
Yeah, dude. Some of these games are nuts in how much they've gone up. But yeah, David. Dude, I mentioned this to you guys in the group chat. I'm so glad I wasn't watching the Yu-Gi-Oh anime growing up like consistently like that, because I would have been fucking pressed if I knew what they did the way they did that. They got through. I didn't know like season 2 was Battle City, and Battle City is hype, dude. Like Battle City,
Yeah,
I'm
Battle
having a
City's
great
great.
time watching Battle City. And I was I mentioned that to you last time that there was like some company that's even making all the clothes like that. I'm hyped. Battle City's great. At the climax of it, dude, top 4, and then they just divert to a whole other thing for season 3 for like 25 episodes because they overdid the manga. Like they were catching up too much. They had to give them a break to get caught up on that. I'm like, that's so fucking crazy, dude. Like I'd be pressed. Like, how long is that? How long of a wait is that? Oh God, talking about fucking cock blogging you, like just like, all right, here's a cool story. Nah, fuck that. You don't get to watch that. You gotta wait. Ugh.
That was the joys of animes in the 90s and early 2000s. Just fucking look at Dragon Ball, look at Naruto, Bleach, fucking everything would always just get dragged out to fucking
Yeah.
hell because, oh shit.
Yeah, I mentioned it. Bleach had a full season of filler. Fucking bounce, dude. Fuck those pieces of shits. Oh, you're a fucking vampire. Cool, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, going from the full release of the original anime to Kai, where there's like, we're only doing what was in the original manga, cut out like almost 200 fucking episodes.
So the
Yeah.
end of season 2 was November 1st, 2003, and for it to get back to Battle City was May 1st, 2004. A fucking 6-month wait. Obscene. And I don't give a fuck about this arc either, dude. I know it's supposed to be like, all
One where
right,
they put him in like the VR kind of game.
yeah,
thing.
and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all like Kaiba backstory, which is cool, but also like the fact that you just blue balled me during a really cool fucking moment just makes me not give a shit about any of this. I'm trying to like, for the first time since I started binging all this shit, I've been like checking out. I'm like, all right, I think I could do something else while I'm watching this in the background. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's unfortunate too because again, like I said, it's cool because like some of the moments with Kaiba, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll fuck around because Kaiba's a cunt, dude. Fuck Kaiba. Like I didn't mention that last week. Kaiba's a fucking piece of shit, dude.
Yeah, he's great.
I forget where it's at too, but it gets it slows down with like a lot of the shadow games as well. I think it's like
Yes.
at the like, is it after the climax or I can't remember, but it's what's his name, Bakura?
Bakura, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's with
Bakura,
him.
yeah.
It's like a bunch of shit with him and Yugi.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 seasons after this, so I'm about 2.5 seasons from finishing the Duel Monsters, and then I gotta watch some of the movies. I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I'm kind
You gotta
of.
watch Duel Academy, dude. Duel Academy is really good.
I've heard like GX and I've heard 5Ds are like all right.
Yeah, GX is really
Yeah.
I like GX.
I watched the intro to that. It's so funny how different intros are, right? Like, I fuck with the Yu-Gi-Oh theme song so much. Like, I never skip it. Like, it goes so hard. But like, it's very dark, dark broody, kind of like for that time. But then you look at the GX and like, we're all hanging out with our friends in the academy. And I look at the comments, someone's like, yo, they got changes. Season 3, everyone's fucking dead. Why are we still acting like we're hanging out, dude?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. I'm glad that because that was giving off like, oh, this feels like kitty shit. But no, I've heard
Yeah,
it.
no, Yu-Gi-Oh gets so fucking insane because especially with GX is cringe in the beginning, and then once they actually get the ball rolling of what the story is actually about, that it actually does get kind of hardcore. But like as the different Yu-Gi-Oh stories lines keep going on, there's a point where they have like a time traveling storyline,
Yeah.
and like the whole story
Well, there's
ends.
the movie is like with all the protagonists of the 3.
No, not even that. Like in one of the main seasons, the whole story is just time travel to the point where when Yu-Gi-Oh ends, you find out that the last protagonist, it literally is his own grandfather.
Spoilers.
You're never going that entire rabbit hole. I promise.
How many
you.
episodes of
Wow.
GX and 5Ds are they as
Good question.
much as Duel Monsters?
I think there is
Good
like
question.
90 some odd per.
Yeah, GX almost starts off as like a slice of life with Yu-Gi-Oh in the background, it feels like too.
Right.
Yes.
I feel like it dives pretty deep into it.
Let's see.
I just love the Elemental Heroes. Elemental Heroes are so cool.
There's 180 episodes in GX.
Sheesh.
Okay.
So crazy. That's longer than like most animes now.
And there's like 144, I think, no, it's more than that.
154 plus one special for 5Ds.
All right, and there's 224
nuts.
total in Duel Monsters. Okay. Probably not happening because I do still feel guilty watching this when I could watch a lot of other stuff. But
Chainsaw Man's 12 episodes.
yeah,
Movie just came out on digital today. Me and David were yapping about it.
yeah, I'm gonna binge probably the rest of the series just to have it done, and just I'll probably come back maybe eventually. I've also been just like fucking itching for a game, and I do not want to play Duel Masters. I refuse. I don't want to touch it. I watched like me and the girlfriend had a drive, and so I watched like an hour-long video of like, here's how you played Yu-Gi-Oh now, and it was like that, and I was just getting frustrated at it, dude. And it's you look at the subreddit, they're like, all these Yu-Gi boomers, dude. It's like, oh, who the fuck cares? It's just another way of summer. They're so stubborn. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to do this. Shit's easy.
That's
Shit,
why
back then it's just like, all right, two because of this stars, fine. I don't want to fucking look at arrows. The fuck am I doing here? Like, I don't know what the fuck linking stuff is. And well, linking is the same thing as this and this. I don't give a fuck. Why is there both then?
Well, it's like the same issue with Magic. Is like there's so much feature creep to it, to where if you jump in, like if you miss like 5 years and you try to jump back in, like it's really hard to get back into it unless you actually dedicate yourself to doing it.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he didn't like that.
Yeah. April already said, I saw Repo on Prime randomly recently. Should I watch? Sure. Where the fuck did David go?
Where did that dude? Oh, there he is.
I accidentally quit out of Discord.
Nah, he got
Rage
mad.
quit.
Yeah.
At least with Magic the Gathering, though, once you learn the keyword system, everything is kind of refined down for the most part to keywords. So you're not reading like giant blocks.
Well, that's kind of what people are saying, and I'm trying, and maybe like an iota of me kind of understands the thing. It really is solitaire. It's like it's kind of just logic building with your own rules that you're trying to figure out. Because the video was actually not badly done at all. It was like there's really only like 4 things to look out for in Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like, if this then. It was like it was kind of like tickling the English teacher part of me, you know. I was like, all right, I kind of get that. But they mentioned that Yu-Gi-Oh is jokingly referred to as a game for lawyers, which makes sense. But no, like I just don't give a fuck about those rules. I do not want to deal with them. I don't have the capacity, and it just daunted me. ADHD me is like, nah, fuck that. But I've been I don't want to play the GBA games because I'm getting fucking annoyed by the whole thing. Where it's like, do you want to activate this? There has to be a way to turn it off. I'm probably not looking at it.
The older games, no.
But anyway, I did go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Link Evolution or whatever it was on Switch. I was like, oh yeah, this one goes through the game and it does the cool thing where it goes through the anime.
Whole history of it.
Yeah, and it lets you use the decks from those characters at that moment. Not entirely true on it. Like, yeah, there's repeat cards and stuff like that, but goes with that. And the matches are bullshit a lot of times. I'm loving it. And they actually have a thing where it doesn't automatically say it. You got to hold a button for it to trigger that word. Where I'm like, all right, cool. That's fucked me over because now I've been ingrained to wait for it for 20 years of playing these GBA games. Now I'm like, why didn't that activate? Oh, I gotta hold this now. But a lot more smooth, a lot more fun. I've been enjoying that. So breezing through that. Hopefully knock out the rest of that series. Hopefully this month. I don't want to dread on this too long because I do want to watch a lot of other stuff. Yeah. Anything else going on with this before we start jumping into the video game stuff?
No.
David, what did you get this week?
Got 3 things. More Evercade cartridges. I'm just missing the 2 new Neo Geo cartridges they released, waiting for those. They got delayed on Amazon and unfortunately sold out fucking everywhere else. So I'm hoping that my Amazon orders do actually get released because it's going to be a nightmare to try and fucking find them again now. Those Neo Geo carts went fucking quick. But yeah, that's and I got the DLC for Pokemon Legends ZA. Got that all loaded up, ready to play when we're done this.
Hell yeah. Kels?
What I got, nothing video game related. Over here to my left, I got a Cricut though. I've been playing with that vinyl cutter.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
David thought about the phone.
No, I thought it meant like he got like an actual cricket.
Oh, well,
Yeah, he's chirping, dude.
that'd be annoying.
Yeah, no, I got that mainly to do like card alters for TCGs. Been having fun doing that. It's been really cool so far.
Hell yeah.
I can take a lot of my graphic design stuff and translate them over pretty easily.
Hell yeah. Me and somebody tried to get Gorillas tickets today. No avail. He was already kind of screwed. My buddy overslept. I was like, by the time he woke up, I'm like, nah, they're gone. No shot. And they were like $280 per ticket now for resellers. I don't know how much it was originally. But they also fucked up by not giving unique pre-sale codes. It's like, all right, here's a pre-sale code. I'm like, oh, cool. So 90,000 people for 4,000 seats. That's not gonna happen. So shout outs to them. They fucked that one up. So well, that saves me time, I guess. So I'm not traveling. But it goes like that sometimes. It be like that. And I have a handful of shit just laying around, but I'm nothing worth pulling out. Dave, what'd you play?
Hell yeah.
Been playing more Pokemans with the wife. That's about it.
Kells?
Still a bunch of Arc Raiders. Game's hard to quit, very addictive, a lot of fun. What can I say?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and a bunch of TCGs. I've been playing a lot of Riftbound here lately. Quite
Nice.
fun.
How is Riftbound?
It's really fun. So playing Star Wars, it's like playing chess. It's one action, back and forth, back and forth. Riftbound's definitely more of like the magic centric. Your turn's kind of open. You play it out however long you can, and then at any point you can just pass it to your opponent. And on your turn you can engage in different combats, blah blah blah. So it's definitely more magic leaning. It's super interesting. A lot of fun so far. They just had their big event in Houston. It was like 1,200 people there. First big North American event for it for their first set. Super healthy meta, it looked like. There's definitely a best deck in format, but it got challenged pretty well. Didn't win the whole thing, so it was really cool. Really interesting live stream to watch too.
Hell yeah.
But banging game, just there's no product, so that sucks. Let me buy packs. I want to open shiny cardboard.
Almost feels kind of counterintuitive nowadays for TCG to not also ship with like a digital way to play it.
Yeah, you would think. Well, it's so weird because there's been like community ones come up, like on the Pixelborn server and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they usually get stricken down. And I guess it has a lot to do with like the automation part of it. Like I don't understand why. But like ways that you can play it without automation, like tabletop sim and TCG arena, stuff like that. It's weirdly allowed. I don't understand how it skirts around it, but yeah, you
Probably
would
for
think.
the same reason. Probably because of the years of precedent for like Cockatrice with Magic the Gathering, where it's like because it doesn't lack, or because it lacks a lot of the kind of modern niceties.
Mhm.
It's effectively the same as if you were basically pulling a script that just says the text and that's it. So they're like, ah, well, whatever.
Yeah, because you can't really do anything about that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you though. It's I feel like if games did launch with like a digital client, like on launch, it'd be huge. But I don't know.
Because like
Who am
there's
I
so
to
many
say?
where it's like the kind of whole breadth of a TCG is you need the community. If you're in bumfuck nowhere like I am, where no games really have communities outside of basically Pokemon and fucking Magic the Gathering, none of these little games take off. Like even though Lorcana, I can go anywhere and get fucking Lorcana, but there's no fucking places playing Lorcana. So it doesn't do me any good if I can get the cards if there's no fucking card shops playing it.
Yeah, and like Bandai Namco games almost do it right because like all their games launch with like a tutorial software to where you can play the game before even like buying cards, but it's not
Yeah.
like it's just like to kind of run through the rules, teach you the game, and like get games in against like a computer. Though it's not like you can play against anyone. It's like, oh, you're almost there. Come on, just take it another step further. But also Bandai Namco games. Like I've never played them, but everyone says it's like you don't get into the game. You get into Bandai Namco and their whole ecosystem of games. It's like, yeesh.
The
No
whole
thanks.
Gachamata, really.
Right. What have you been playing, Adrian?
the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and Smash. Trying to shake off the rust. I have not even opened Marvel Snap in a week, so shout outs.
He's 1 week sober.
1 week sober. I think I'm off. I think I'm kind of. I've gone over my card game stuff. I maybe once a week I might remember to open up Pokemon TCG. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me open a pack. All right, got nothing. And I move back on. But yeah, no, nothing really. Marvel Snap so good? Nope. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I think there's some like zombie stuff that happened a few months ago, like a month or so ago. I don't know. That was like the first time that I was ever playing a game. I'm like, I don't really care to learn what these guys do. I don't know. Whatever. And I mean, every other time I'm like, I'm staying on top of it. I'm usually following meta stuff. I'm like, yeah, don't give a fuck anymore. I'm about out. But yeah. I did have a random story from work too. Like one of my closest students just randomly just talked about how much they really fucking hate Thunderbolts. I'm like, what do you mean you hate Thunderbolts? There's like, it's so boring. Nothing happens for the first 40 minutes. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I just got like an actual full-fledged argument. You're an idiot. Like, I threw that down there. I'm like, you're so stupid. How do you have this opinion? This is dumb. You like Avatar. Stop talking.
Jesus Christ.
I went to talk to her a little bit because I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? How do you not like Thunderbolts like that?
Speaking of Avatar, I got D-Box seats for Avatar 3, so that should be fun.
Hell yeah. I mean, I told him, I was like, Avatar's pretty. It does not have the most groundbreaking story. Like,
No, it's Dances with Wolves.
that's what I told them.
Space.
But they don't get it. I mean, that's already a boomer ass thing to say, like in general. But like, they don't get it.
Pocahontas.
Yeah, I'll just say that next time. I'm like, it's really nothing. Like, don't tell me the story sucks with that. I'm like, whatever. I'm actually obscene. Then they said that like after, and I teased them a lot, but I said something really like wholesome about them and a few others because they're graduating this year, and they dropped that fucking bomb on me. And I'm like, I'm never saying anything nice to you ever again. That's bullshit. That's that's active horseshit. Crazy. And then and because they're saying that, another one of the students is like, oh, you know what? I don't think I need to watch it. Can you just spoil it for me? I'm like, no, just fucking watch the fucking movie. Holy shit. It's like, you guys are all like, all teens are fucked up in the head now. And it's all mental health. You guys all need this movie. Like, stop talking. It's literally that. Like, obscene.
They're all TikTok brained.
Yeah. He's like, all right, sorry, I didn't put Subway servers next to it. Jesus Christ.
Some gravity sand off in the corner.
Yeah, apparently. I now like you less. Go away. I think I said that at some point. I went off for a while. I was upset. I was like, how do you talk shit on Thunderbolts? It's actually crazy. Like, whatever, everything else is mid, that's fine, whatever, I don't give a fuck. But Thunderbolts is like the best thing MCU's done in a long time. Anyway, off my soapbox.
Says the man that didn't watch Daredevil Born Again.
Movie wise,
Okay, gotcha.
I'm not touching TV because I'm still a Moon Knight stan, dude. That shit's gas. I'm so bummed I missed that GameStop day.
Oh yeah, me too.
I was ready to throw away some canceled merch, but alas. David, what's on the docket?
So let's talk about a few things here. We have a very high stakeholder for Square Enix, someone that owns almost 15% of Square Enix, creating a massive fucking document basically ripping Square Enix apart for the shitty way that they've been handling their business, ripping into the low quality of their games, the shittiness of their music for their game releases, how Square Enix has just been fumbling the ball at every fucking turn to actually release good fucking products, which
Any mention
little
of
harsh.
NFTs?
The full structure of it has not been released. We've only kind of gotten snippets from kind of basically people that have seen it, kind of leaking out some information about it. But it was fucking scathing. It's absolutely phenomenal. The guy brought up the fact that he's fucking sick and tired of all these action-based games as well. He wants a return to the turn-based system for Final Fantasy. basically, Square Enix is basically leaving a shit ton of money on the table because they refuse to listen to their fans and keep chasing after projects they think is going to make them money instead. So I guess that kind of alludes to the
Yeah,
NFT things in a sense.
NFTs,
Yeah.
crypto.
Um, but yeah, basically, this shareholder tore the shit out of Square Enix leadership and a massive memo he drafted, and yeah, fucking good for them.
Well, I can only imagine too, because like I feel like Final Fantasy VII Remake might compound a lot of that too, because that's been something that's been asked for forever, but for some reason they always had like weird excuses as to why they haven't done it. And now
That
that
was
they're
originally
doing
gonna be
it,
like
I
on
feel like
PS3, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it was teased on. Well, it was a proof of concept demo trailer for
Y'all
it.
need to stop fucking
Um,
doing that. I fucking hate that shit. That's so stupid. That shit happened to Zelda way back when. Like, here's a proof of concept,
yeah,
and they get mad that everyone. Oh, that sounds. That's cool. I want that. Oh, it's not real. Then why the fuck are you doing it? Like, what the fuck is this?
yeah,
That's
because
so
that was how
crazy.
they first demoed the GameCube with was like a hyper realistic Zelda for the GameCube, and then fans were like, "Oh, okay," and I was like, "No, no, no, you don't get
Yeah, go in this
hyper-realistic
restaurant. Hey,
Zelda."
look at this cool dish I made. Oh, cool. Can I buy that? No. Buy this other food.
no,
What are you talking about?
You can look at it. That's
It's
all
so
you get.
stupid. Yeah, no, it's weird. I guess I don't really keep up with Square Enix. I just want Nier. That's all I really give a fuck about from Square Enix, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if Yoko Taro's anything to go by, I mean, he's had like 10 games canceled on him. Whether how much of that is true and how much is just his usual hyperbole, we don't know, of course.
I'm sure. I'm
But
sure something, but I don't know. It is shocking that Final Fantasy they could have had their cake and eat it too, right? They could have done this shit like on PS3, like made Final Fantasy 7 like just remade like that, and then they could have done exactly what they're doing now.
Why don't they have like a new Dissidia for like PS5? That's so crazy to me.
because Dissidia has been an absolute failure ever since they tried to make it a team-based fighter, and they keep doubling down on it to the point where the new mobile version, because Dissidia is getting a new mobile game, and then I was so fucking excited when the trailer first happened because I'm like, ooh, it's fucking Dissidia, but with like a modern day setting. That's kind of an interesting twist. And then it's a mobile game, gross, and it's still keeping the 3v3 format, double fucking
What
gross.
was it originally?
Uh,
It was Do It
no,
Decim.
Dissidia was Duodecim was the second one, and that was still a 1v1 fighter.
Okay, I fucked with Dissidia. Funny enough, I didn't play Final Fantasy, but I fucked with Dissidia a lot. I played a lot
Dissidia
of
was good.
Dissidia.
Dissidia is great.
Yeah, that shit was great on the PSP way back when. Ooh,
Yeah,
Yo,
hell yeah, dude.
those were great fucking games. And
Mhm.
then they ruined it by making it a fucking team fighter, and not in a good way. That didn't need to be a 3v3 fucking system. I don't understand the fucking point of that.
To be fair,
Yeah,
I don't see of all the people fucking up things. Like Square Enix has probably been on the bottom of the totem pole of stuff. Not really up there of like ones I think are fucking up things actively, but I don't really follow them. So I guess you guys are better judges of that because
I
oh,
think it's
they've
mainly
been. Go ahead.
like Stranger of Paradise and 16 just kind of flopped. I think that
Yeah.
was like the big things.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
okay, that's
again, with
fair.
how
Final
long
Fantasy
it's
is
taken for 7 remake
But
to fucking be completed.
the last Final
Yeah, I think-
Fantasy was received really well too. What happened to that?
16? That
Yeah,
one just kind
that
of
had
yeah,
mixed
that,
reviews.
yeah, it was like
Did
mixed and just kind of flopped because it was only on PS5. Like it just flopped. It was just kind of dead in the water
I could have sworn that thing got like high praise from people.
from
It-
the Sony ponies.
Yeah, basically, it was kind of one of those things where a lot of people that liked the direction of the action combat were like, "Ah, it kind of feels like Devil May Cry Light," and then a lot of people that liked Devil May Cry were like, "Oh, this isn't really Devil May Cry; it's truly just Devil May Cry Light." That's
Yeah,
kind of
I guess it
boring.
has an 85 on Metacritic.
As a what?
85.
85.
Oh, okay.
I can see that. I think we thought it got well received. I remember people always making the thing that has like Game of Thrones.
I have no clue. I haven't played it.
I played it a little bit at the beginning, and it was pretty cool at the beginning, but I guess that makes sense. Yeah, Final Fantasy has not been popping off as much lately. Even Rebirth didn't sell as much as they thought, right?
Well, I mean, nothing ever sells as much as Square Enix thinks it should.
But even since they
Um,
reevaluated, ever since that whole Tomb Raider bullshit, I could have sworn that was Rebirth did not like do crazy.
No, it didn't do hyper crazy, but again, it's the second entry in a trilogy. It's not
It-
going to.
Well, you know what? It would have if they were fucking steadily printing out FF7 on PS5 and didn't wait until last year or even earlier this year to fucking start doing that again.
And also,
Jesus.
again, if they actually release shit cross fucking platform day one as opposed to just slowly dripping it out fucking 2 years later.
Yep.
Yeah, because we were like, oh, look, it didn't sell that well on Xbox. Like, well, yeah, it's already been out for a year. People, even if they have been waiting, they don't really care anymore. Like, no one's waiting.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for a sale at that point.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one's gonna wait a year, pay full price for that. It's like, no, yeah, that's dumb. Um, that's fair. David, we got more shit
Yeah.
to talk.
Oh, we got more shit to talk. All right, let's talk about this acquisition that's happening. Netflix is going to be acquiring Warner Brothers.
Maybe happening.
Well, yeah, apparently
Well-
Paramount put in a bigger bid.
Yeah, they put a
Yes, they put in
hostile
a bigger
bid.
and yes, to the shareholders. But as of current, right now, it is still Netflix that is looking like it's going to. And it's hilarious because Netflix would be getting basically the movie sector, the TV show sector, and basically what was part of Discovery, and also the games division.
Did you see what they said about the games division?
No,
That it's absolutely fucking worthless.
Yeah, they said they find zero value in the gaming division.
that Netflix had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Netflix also fucked over themselves by trying to do games and they just couldn't figure it out.
Well, all they can do is mobile games. They just do shitty mobile ports.
Which is it does not people don't even know it's a thing. Like you
Yeah.
open up Netflix and you go down and you scroll down and there's like a way to get the apps on there, which is cool, but like no one even knows about that shit and no one really cares. Like
Yeah.
you're Netflix. You're not. No one associates you with video games.
That's one of those things where it's so wild to me.
Uh-oh.
Warner Brothers is getting rid of them.
Yeah, the Warner Bros.
That
Hitman.
frog. That frog is done with them.
Deathstroke popping in his window right now.
But, you have a
All right,
parent
there you're back.
company name. I'm back. All right. But this feels like this should be the gateway in for them, where they go, okay, Netflix is strictly our film division or show division, and then
Let's do
the
Gameflix.
WB Games is yeah, exactly. Like unironically, fuck
That's just
it,
GameFly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're selling them, obviously.
Potentially. I mean, it's
God,
kind
I
of one of
fucking
those
hope
things
so,
that
dude.
Give them the
there's already been-
Microsoft. Let them have it. They're doing great.
Well, so if all that happens, I wonder how that would have. My main goal is I want that fucking patent from fucking Shadow
Yeah,
of
the
Mordor
fucking,
that dissolves
Nemesis?
somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
if
Nemesis
somehow
system.
that can
That's-
get dissolved,
One of the dumbest things that happened in video games over the last
that's my main goal here. How can Netflix make that issue go away for us?
They probably just use it and they're not gonna fucking notice.
Right? Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah. That's actually incredible that's what happened to that system. That's patented and
so-
never fucking use it.
So who all do they have? They have NetherRealm. They have fucking Arkham City people,
the
Suicide
Hogwarts
Squad
people there.
idiots. Oh
Rocksteady?
yeah, Rocksteady, and Hogwarts was like Key something games, Turnkey games.
That sounds
Yeah,
right.
something like that.
Yeah, how do you say
studios? All right,
so
studios.
How do you not value that at all when
I got you
Hogwarts is
here.
like one of the top selling games?
Yeah, because they're dumb.
What the fuck?
They have so Portkey Games is the publishing level for
Portkey, there it is.
Avalanche Studios.
Mhm.
Oh wait, or did it close? No, they reopened it. NetherRealm, Rocksteady, TT Games, so Traveler Tales,
Oh yeah.
and then Warner Brothers, Montreal, Boston, New York, and San Francisco. I couldn't tell you what any of them do. I'll open them up right now. Let's see. Warner Brothers, New York, has nothing on. They have a major, or no, sorry. What the fuck? Development studio. I don't know. And New York's not doing anything. They're getting shut down.
Which one was it that was doing Wonder Woman?
Was it not Rocksteady?
Oh, it was
No, I think
Rocksteady.
I'm not sure. Warner Bros. Boston does a bunch of mobile games. Warner Brothers Montreal did Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad.
Monolith.
There you go. I mean, you can get money off Portkey and NetherRealm for sure.
Oh yeah.
Rocksteady, you missed the boat on the good money on there, but for sure off those at least.
I wonder if there's a world where kind of like Rocksteady can get their freedom out from under them, and then probably NetherRealm gets sold. NetherRealm and Portkey definitely get sold off.
Yeah, no, 100% they get sold off. I can see Rocksteady biting the bullet eventually, or unfortunately just shutting down. Just with
I could see the studios getting sold off, but I could see Netflix still holding on to the IPs.
Oh yeah. There's no way like Hogwarts. I don't know. That's so weird because like Hogwarts Legacy, one of the top selling games, and then Hogwarts Legacy 2, like I think they're in production or pre-production or something with it. Like, how the fuck do you look at that and shut it down?
It's an excellent fucking question.
remember. Oh, you know what? Bring back Multiverse Netflix.
Right. Player first games. Bring them back.
Do it, cowards.
Oh my god, I don't know, dude. I think Netflix takes them after all this stuff. I think they're just kind of appeal to that, even if there is a bigger bid for that. I don't really want Paramount owning them either, though. Paramount, I'm good.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's I don't know. I feel like Netflix might be the lesser of two evils, but it just sucks
100%.
altogether because we're getting to like we're just working our way back to cable.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're already there. We're 100% already
Yeah.
there. But Netflix was saying stuff already like they're gonna reduce the time from screening to digital. I think there was even like a word out there that it'd be like a 2-week thing where theaters in 2 weeks and then digital after that, which is not. That's too fast. You're gonna kill theaters.
Dune 3 Dune 3 potentially could just skip theaters if they just decide they didn't want it to.
Fucking Superman 2.
Yeah, Superman 2, Dark Knight.
What's up
Chapter
with Paramount
2.
again? I just don't trust Paramount since Halo, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Also,
I'm-
Paramount just they don't know how to run like anything modern, really.
Their app
They're
fucking
they're a
sucks, too.
legacy company.
Is that who's bought South Park?
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't have money. Where the fuck are you getting all this money, Paramount? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You spent
what
all
the
this
shit?
crazy
Well,
money on
that's
South
the-
Park, and
it's-
you're gonna do it again?
Well, that's the funny thing is that they're offering a bid that is more than their estimated value of the company.
No, so we can just say that now. Hey, fuck that. All right, I'm gonna put a bid out for Warner Brothers right now. 200 million, 200 billion. Fuck it. I don't know whatever number. I'm gonna Price is Right rules this.
Yeah, I think they're offering like 30 billion, but the company's only worth 1 billion.
Masterful gambit.
Yeah. I do 1 billion and $1. 'Cause we're just saying stuff now, right? It doesn't matter.
1 billion plus infinity.
Yeah, I don't know. These mergers are getting all crazy with it. We'll see how it goes. It's a lot of money. Did you hear with that Kendrick and Matt Stone Trey Parker movie?
Yeah, I say a little bit about it.
Yeah, apparently they're locked in. So whatever happens, they have to release in theaters. Like it's like set in stone on there. And apparently it's I guess it feels very Jordan Peele, I guess, for a second, because it's like this black guy is a Civil War reenactor and things just get really funky at a museum. I'm down with that. That sounds great. David, what else is around?
Rest in peace to I had his name pulled up here. I gotta pull it back up. But the actor for Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat movie,
Oh,
Yep.
Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa.
yeah.
Nice. Rest in
Pepperoni
peace.
and cheese, man.
Couple things I've been seeing. Expedition 33 cast wants a motion capture category at the Game Awards. Love that.
Yes.
Yeah, I keep on seeing like dumbass excuses as to why like they can't do that.
They could fucking do it because they don't even show off half these awards anyway, dude. Not even half.
Exactly.
That's being
Yeah.
gracious. Like it's so annoying. That's the worst. I'll sit through all the bullshit thing. I'll sit there an extra hour if I need to. Show the fucking awards. Like it's not. It's barely
Literally
the
no
Game Awards,
reason not to. You can have as many fucking awards as you want. Just go for it.
right? What was it that I saw? Oh, Harada.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Harada's
that's another big
retiring.
one.
Yeah,
Well, is he retiring or is he just
he's retiring.
leaving
He's
management?
retiring.
Okay.
He's
We officially won't be able to ask him for shit anymore.
he's talked about this. Like he's been kind of hinting at it for a while now. You could tell. I don't
Yeah.
think management was for that guy. He should not have stepped in that realm.
Well,
Um,
especially
he
after
wrote-
like his friend just died too, so he's probably like
Yeah.
thinking a lot about that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm getting that shit.
I mean, a lot of people in the industry, just in general in Japan, that are in his age group, are just fucking dropping left and right.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's getting stressed about that too and wondering if he's next on that end. So good on him for getting out of that. But yeah, no, you could tell like someone I was looking at Reddit, someone kind of like compiled a bunch of his tweets over the last like course of however long of him just like very like sometimes subtle, sometimes not so subtly saying like, yeah, when I'm out of this is what's gonna happen. He did. I think one of the things I do remember off the top of my head is he's like, I'm gonna drop so much tech and lore when I'm out of here, dude. Like, good
Fuck
for you.
yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, good for him to get out of it.
So there's another little kind of weird, kind of funny thing. So David just mentioned Sang Chung actor, he died. So isn't it a thing where a lot of the Heihachi, like either voice actors or live action actors now have passed away? And then now after that, Harada's leaving the company.
It's a Tekken curse.
Yep.
Did you see though? This is the addendum like to his leaving. He said, for 30 years I kept saying I'll do it someday. Never once performed as a DJ at a tournament event. So instead I'll be releasing for the first time and last time a 60-minute Tekken DJ nonstop mix. Personally
Fuck
edited
yeah, dude.
by myself together with the announcement. Listening to it brings back memories. So here's a link to it. I'll send you guys a link on it. But it's a 1 hour Tekken music list because he's been wanting to DJ, which is kind of dope. I fuck with that.
For him.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Speaking of retirements, this weekend will be John Cena's final match.
You think it's his
He
final
will be
match? You
going
think he ever
against
comes back?
Gunther. Oh no, I believe him 100% that he's done.
Fair.
He's
always
not the
comes
Ric
back.
Flair type where he's like, I live for this business. I'm gonna die in this business. John Cena's been basically away full time from wrestling for fucking years now. This very much feels like he wants to kind of go out while he's still able to do something at least.
Respectable.
And once again, being retired by fucking Gunther. Let's go. Just bring back the Legend Killer gimmick and just give it to Gunther at this point. He's retired Goldberg. He's retiring Cena. It's already murmured that next year Brock Lesnar will be retiring, and it'll be Gunther to retire him as well.
Everyone's getting old, David.
Getting old.
Anyway, Harada gives DJ vibes. He kind of does.
I can see it.
All right. Are we about wrapped on that?
I think we're wrapped.
Let me read out this last article just out of just sheer curiosity of it. NPR listed the best games of 2025. Let's see what they have to say. I'm curious. Molly House, never heard of this. Ghost
Nope.
Town. Guess it's a VR game. Mario Kart World. There you go. Doom the Dark Ages. The Root Trees Are Dead. Skin Deep. Kulbra and the Souls of Limbo.
They're
Innovation
big on
Ultimate.
indie games there.
Yeah, good for them though. I do like looking at these lists because it gives me like something like maybe I'll go check that out. Innovation Ultimate was like a interesting kind of card game. Blueprints, shoutouts.
Hell yeah.
Dune Awakening,
Nice.
Monster Hunter Wilds, The 100 Line,
Ooh.
Revenge of the Savage Planet, Butcher Creek, Look Outside, Expedition 33, Diatoms, Digimon Story Time Stranger, Battlefield
Hell yeah.
6, Best Served Cold, Hades 2, Absalom, The First Berserker Kazan, Old Skies, Ball X Pit, Death Stranding 2, Final Fantasy Tactics, Ghost of Yote, Consume Me, The Drifter. Okay, I think man, I kind of went crazy. Holy shit. Donkey Kong Bonanza, Expelled, Peak, Sultan's Game, Cabernet, ENA, Dream Barbecue, Fantasy Life, The Girl Who Steals Time, Silent Hill F, Arc Raiders, Reach, Discounty. That sounds kind of cool. Inazuma 11, Victory Road. I'm good reading off that. We're like halfway through the list. I'm like, yeah, you guys got it. Check out our list though. There's a lot of games on there. It looks like they went for a lot of indie games, which is always cool
Yeah.
to dip around on.
I hadn't heard of like half of those.
Yeah, it was I used to always do the Giant Bomb stuff. I used to get so excited for Giant Bomb stuff at the end of the year because it was like, all right, whatever indie games they say are pretty much I'm going to be into. So I always just like, all right, cool. And it kind of coincided with the Steam list. See, even everybody's like, damn, they included ENA in there. Cool. I think they got a good variety on there.
It's like when you ask someone for like a good movie to watch and they list off like 5 art house films that no one's heard of besides like 3 people.
And you're like, hell yeah. But they used to do their Game of the Years very viciously. They stopped doing it. It kind of buzzed me out because I actually liked when they did that. They would do it like they'd all list off like 25 games and they would go around in a circle and start deleting games one by one unless someone had like a die on the hill argument for it. And it would get vicious at times too. And they stopped. I understand why they stopped it because it was like at the end they were just talking so much negatively on some games to get them to get off the list. Like if we're talking top 3 games, like all right, we'll get rid of that game. Yeah, but that game has this stuff going on, this stuff, and it ended up talking like more negatively than positively at times. And they're like, all right, yeah, we gotta stop. But I was like, I loved it though. It was a cool way to start whittling things down, right, and being very critical on all aspects. Because truly, if you're Game of the Year, you got to be scrutinized. You know, you got to be like, all right, look around every corner. What are the faults? Is it still surpass it even with that said? So, but yeah, shout outs to NPR. A lot of cool stuff here. I might start throwing some of this. Like what the fuck is Promise Mascot Agency? After a deal between 2 Yakuza clans goes wrong, Michi, a Yakuza lieutenant, must earn the money back for his clan by running a mascot agency in a rundown town with a curse that will eventually kill him. It gets
I
wilder.
think that was in a Nintendo Direct.
In this world, mascots aren't people in costumes. They're living, breathing creatures. With the help of Pinky, a foul-mouthed anthropomorphic finger, you enlist eccentric mascots to help get the money back for the clan and rebuild the town. Promise Mascot Agency stitches Japanese visual novels, card battlers, and management simulators together with a dark comedic tone. That sounds like your kind of game, David.
Yeah, I think that was either at like a Nintendo or like an Xbox Direct at one point. Once you started describing, I started remembering it.
I'm
looking at it
surprised
on
you forgot
Steam,
that.
It definitely looks weird. Yeah, April 10th of this year.
Well, if not, then a visual novel with card battler and some management simulators. David, there you go. Found your game of the
You
year.
said card battler?
Yeah, it's a mix of Japanese visual novels, card battlers, and management simulators.
That's so weird. Like I'm watching the trailer for it, and there's like nothing to indicate there's cards involved at all in this game.
Just spring that on you. That'd be so funny. That's post game content.
Are we watching Game Awards tomorrow?
Thursday.
What time? Oh, okay. Yeah, Thursday I'm definitely free. Tomorrow I'm not.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it is Thursday. Never mind. Jesus Christ. Yeah,
Thursday.
7:30 my time, 4:30 Pacific.
Yep. I will try my best to hustle on home for that. At worst, I'll probably just hop on Discord like I did last year, I think, and just
call out with a prolapse colon. They'll understand.
Say my shit is flopped out, bro.
Yeah, that's how you do that. All right, y'all. Hey, everybody.
They'll understand.
Appreciate you watching. Anyone else watching, much appreciate. You guys have a wonderful evening. David, send us out. You just actively froze. I love that. All right. Audio stream.
See ya.